3 ways to build your confidence. How do you do it? I've got Yaha Bakar here, who's a confidence coach. How you doing, mate?
Doing well, man. Glad to be here.
And so, confidence. Were you ever lacking in confidence? And if so, how did you get it? And then we'll go through 3 ways.
Absolutely. So I think the biggest nemesis when it comes to confidence is rejection. There's this like fear of rejection. So one of the ways that I recommend people to overcome their fear of rejection is to understand that, you know, your confidence levels are influenced by where you derive your sense of value, right? So a lot of people, they say, you know, competence equals confidence, and it's very, very true. But I know a lot of people who are very, very competent in certain areas, but they're not necessarily confident. So they don't get that promotion. They don't go up to that girl and or whatever, you know, they don't approach. So the first step that I would recommend, number 1, is to understand that your self-worth is not connected to your net worth or your social worth. All right, so when you understand that you're valuable because you exist, then in that moment you have this almost like instant boost of confidence where you could naturally approach other people because you're not trying to, you know, measure your status with anybody else's. You're not putting anyone on a pedestal, you know what I mean?
We all love to measure our status though, right? I mean,
right.
I mean, look at it. We're hanging out here on top of my New York apartment.
Love it.
And earlier today, I mean, I was walking along the streets of New York, and this idea crept into my head. It's like, oh man, I'm just not successful enough. I'm not valuable enough.
Yeah.
And it's like, it's crazy. Not that like just because I've got a cool apartment in New York City that I am successful. Like I am successful because I've got good health. I've got good friends. I sleep well at night. I got a roof over my head. But it's funny how our natural urge is always to want to like compare yourself to the next guy. It's like, if I make $100 million, I'll be like, why am I not making $110 million?
Right. And that, which leads me to number 2. If you want to become more confident, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20.
Yeah.
So important, dude. Like we live in the age of social media, so we're constantly on Instagram, on Snapchat, on Facebook, on YouTube, and we're looking at what this person has, what that person has. The grass is always going to be greener on the other side if you're always comparing yourself. So why don't you focus on growing your own grass and honoring what you're, you know, the progress that you have been creating all along. I think that's like key. If you focus on your shit, you can create amazing shit.
I like that. And then the third tip?
And the third tip, I will just say this. People who are confident are comfortable with what they potentially lack. All right, really, really important. Like if you think about a person who's confident in business, they're confident because they're comfortable with failure. A person who's confident in relationships, they're confident because they're comfortable with rejection. A person who's confident with public speaking, they're confident because they're comfortable with potentially getting booed off stage. So if you can get comfortable with what you might be weak at or on specifically, that's when you naturally start becoming the type of attractive, confident, charismatic person where people just become drawn to you. So there you go, 3 steps.
I like that. So where can we find out more than you, and then we'll summarize the 3 steps?
Yeah, so if you could follow me on YouTube, if you want to follow me on YouTube, or you can get my free confidence masterclass at yaya.tv. That's YAH. H stands for happy and healthy. YAHYA.tv. There you go, that's my gift to you.
And then the 3 ways again, just to summarize them real quick.
Okay, so I believe, if I can remember, this is just like right on top of my head. So I remember number 2 was, you know, don't compare your chapter 1 to somebody else's chapter 20. Number 3 was become more comfortable with what you potentially lack. And number 1, do you remember?
It was something to do with confidence.
It was something to do with confidence. If you replay this video, you can watch it. I don't remember, but that's okay. I have bad memory.
Self-worth, comparing yourself to other
there
people.
you go. Yes. Your self-worth does not equal your net worth or your social worth. Right? I understand you are valuable because you exist. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. Great listener right here.
Subscribe below, leave a comment, and make sure you check out Yaha. See ya.